Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Zombo here, and we are back with another Kingdom Hearts-ish episode, I guess. It's not exactly a Kingdom Hearts episode, but it is. I'm joined with Raine today. Hello, Raine. As
Hello.
always, I guess. Nothing new.
As always.
But today we are doing a tier list of the Kingdom Hearts stuff after we experience the full game and post-game stuff. And we are going to be doing characters, then we'll go to worlds, and then Keyblades. So we both did our own tier list separately, which we will show those at the end. And then we're doing one together right now where we will essentially have like a discussion of sorts and try to be like, no, I think that one should be here, this one should be there. And then maybe one of us will change each other's minds, and that'll be good, especially me changing Raine's because she's very indecisive. So, well, we'll see. But
I feel very added right now.
you are added. But yeah, let's just jump into it here. All right, so we are on the character one. I made all these specifically. Just a little thing before we start here. We have summons as well as companion characters here, in addition to some of the more, I'm gonna say, main or side characters, being like Leon or Kairi or Sora and Riku, you know, those kind of characters. So in terms of the summons, we did not technically use Bambi or Dumbo at all. I used Mushu off camera when I was grinding, so I kind of used him a little bit. So those ones are going to be kind of weird ones, but we'll just get to that when we get to it. All right, are you ready, Raine?
I think so.
All right, Aerith, what are your thoughts?
Oh, she's a B or a C.
I would call her a C.
That's fair.
She did not add much. She was very repetitive, and
Yeah. She liked to point out the obvious.
I think her shining moment was right in the beginning when she was explaining kind of heartless-y stuff to Donald and Goofy at the very start, and that was pretty much it. So yeah, she can go there.
Agreed.
Aladdin, your thoughts there?
I mean, he's okay, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure if he's A material.
That's kind of where I'm like, he's someone who I wasn't like, whoa, Aladdin, he's so cool. Like, he released Genie, but like, that's just him not being a dick. So
Yeah.
I feel like he's more like a B tier, you know?
Yeah, I can see that.
You think B, C, A? You said you don't think he's quite A, so that sounds like a B.
Yeah. He's a B boy.
He's a B boy. Okay, so Ansem. So this one's gonna be interesting because he's like a big bad guy, right? So me personally, I think he was a fair bad guy. I don't think he was like, whoa, that guy was an amazing bad guy or anything, because I think the game was kind of positioned in a way where he wasn't as relevant earlier on because you didn't really know who he was. It wasn't until more endgame that he was making an appearance. What are your thoughts?
I mean, he's a hard character. He's one of the indecisive ones. Because he's a good idea for a character, like, definitely. And he did a good job as the bad guy. Like you said, he was more towards the end, and you don't really get a lot of him. So
Yeah.
I personally feel like he's kind of a C, but what do
Wow.
you think?
I kind of like his character aesthetic, so I actually think he's a little bit closer to A. So it sounds like, with you thinking he's a little bit lackluster, me thinking like, I know it's kind of meant to be lackluster, but he was kind of cool. It sounds like he's just a average dude.
He's an average dude.
Just an average Joe. So it sounds like he's a B tier.
Yeah, because we're both on, like, that's the in-between of our
Yeah.
opinions.
Yeah. I'm cool keeping him B. I was even debating when I was doing mine if he was a B tier or not. Bambi could suck a dick. Bambi's a D for me.
Oh, why is Bambi a D?
Well, I don't know much about the summon other than that it gives you materials, but it seems like it's better in like every way to just farm the material normally, so Bambi seems pretty useless. And also, Bambi's just a sad movie that is just depressing and I don't want to watch it.
But it's a good movie, though.
Where do you put Bambi?
Well, I mean, for this game, I didn't have much of an opinion of him because I didn't see him, but...
Yeah, well, we can't really formulate an opinion on him in this game, so what do you think of Bambi?
I think he's adorable, and he's lovely. But I'm still not sure if he's an A. And being adorable and lovely doesn't really make him an A. Because you put him in a D.
I refuse to put him in an A. Especially from the game standpoint too. He's totally not A tier. So it sounds like B or C.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Well, you have more of an opinion on him, I think, because you think he sucks.
I'll lean more towards my side just because I had the general understanding of what he was in the game, so I'll say C.
That's fair.
All right, Beast. He's dope.
He is dope.
He's cool. I would call him like an A tier.
Yeah, I say that's fair. I lead him more towards an S, but A is fair for him.
Okay, we'll go A then. Question mark, dude. Black coat.
Oh, he's so intriguing. That's what makes him an A for me.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I think he's cool, and I know he's kind of a rip-off Star Wars, but like it's also cool.
He is awesome.
It was a cool fight. It was an interesting fight as well. So I think I like A tier.
Yeah,
he's good for that. Sid. I had a rap with him.
He did more than Aerith.
He did my gummy ship stuff. We also rapped an episode together. That was pretty cool.
You did. That was cool.
That was one of my favorite moments.
So where would you put him on the scale?
A. Only because of the rap. Otherwise he'd be B.
Okay, because of the rap, we'll put him in A.
I also liked some of the voicing I did with him and some of the added in commentary I did for him and Sora. I think I made him A tier in our playthrough.
Yeah. Otherwise he'd be B.
Yeah. Okay, Cloud. I just love his character design a lot.
He's so cool.
I just hate. I would say he was S tier, but he's not because he's annoying as hell. Yeah.
His resting makes him like not an S tier.
God, but his aesthetic super cool. Super cool.
Yeah,
his one wing. He's Cloud too. He's just dope. All right, Donald. I'm curious our thoughts here because I feel like this will be a hot take.
I love Donald even from the beginning. So I always put him in an S. Like,
okay. I have some beef with you saying that, just because of how much you like, how mad you were at Donald and how much you hated him at the part of the game in Hall of Ashen. So I don't know.
I can be mad at him for that, all right, and still appreciate everything else he did as a character, because that was a dick move that he pulled. And he fixed his mistake. He went back on it. He realized what a fool he was, and that makes him an S tier.
Okay, all right. I'll let you do that. However, I think he was just. I hated him at first. Like not like brutally hated. Like I would call him like a C tier at first, but he didn't annoy me anymore. So I'd call him a B tier. So I'd be okay putting him in an A tier.
Yeah, we'll put him in an A tier.
I feel like S tier and D tiers have to be when we agree that they're either awesome or they suck.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go A tier on him then. Dumbo, I actually don't like the movie Dumbo at all. I think it's very boring.
I've never seen the movie Dumbo, so let's just go with your opinion.
and I have no idea what Dumbo does in game. I think you like fly around and like shoot a spell maybe or something. I don't know, but I'm cool putting Dumbo in D tier.
Yeah, I'll just go with what you want to put Dumbo in because I don't have an opinion on him really.
Yeah, my sister loves elephants, so sorry, sister. All right, Genie. Thoughts?
Personally, he's a favorite. He's always very funny, in my opinion. He's a good character, very lovable, and I would put him in an A, perhaps.
I would agree with that. I don't think Kingdom Hearts did anything crazy with him that's like a spin where it'd make him worse or better. I think they really did the movie one well, and since I love the movie Genie, I love this Genie.
Yeah.
As well.
I'm to the point where I don't watch Aladdin for Aladdin and Jasmine. I watch Aladdin for Genie.
I watch Aladdin because Jasmine's hot. All right, Genie here.
Oh my god.
All right, Goofy. Fyuck. Which I forgot to mention this in episode 2. Fyuck is like what people say Goofy says instead of saying fuck. Fyuck. That's like a thing that's like a meme in the community. I think it's hilarious. I love it. It's so goofy. Fyuck. Yeah. Which I don't know. Maybe that's a Disney thing even too that he says, but that seems a little bit vulgar. But maybe that's why it's not the F word and it's Fyuck.
Maybe.
I doubt it's a Disney thing though. But anyways, Goofy, I think it's pretty awesome. I think he's dope.
He is dope. Yeah, definitely. I think he's pretty cool.
I think he's an A tier. What do you think?
I lean towards more of the S with him again, like with Donald, but he is a good A tier. I would agree with that. Yeah, he's definitely S or A for me.
Okay, so which one would you lean more towards?
I lean towards more at S, but if you don't agree with that, I don't want to put him in
see. I could see him being S tier because I think he's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he is.
So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with S tier for him.
Cool. Donald deserves it.
I don't know. Goofy is definitely my favorite out of Donald and Goofy for sure. So I'm cool with that. Okay, Jack Skellington.
He can suck a big old D.
Like literally, cause D tier.
Yeah.
I had him in B tier because I was indifferent about him.
I fucking hate that guy.
We can go C tier though. Just me in the middle, on the lesser side, because he didn't really have a great character, but he wasn't like dreadful to me either.
I just don't like him. I don't like his world. I don't like his movie.
Okay, I'm curious what I want to know your thoughts on Kairi. Where you put Kairi?
She's a C.
You think she's a C?
I do think she's a C. She's not really there for me, you know. Like she's
not there in the game half the time.
Yeah, like that's my point. Like she's not there, so.
Okay, here I had her in B because yes, your point is valid with her not being there. However, I want to give her not too much, but a little bit in personality, you know, because she does have a little bit, but not that much. Just because you can see with her attitude towards Sora in the beginning cutscenes, kind of the friendship there, and with Riku. Also, her scene at the end when she's crying with Sora when he drew the Paipu fruit and then they were separated, and you know, that was a touching moment, which I know you felt something for as well. So I don't think I want to put her on negative just because of that. I think I'll put her neutral. I won't put her positive, but I think neutral for that.
Yeah, you make a good point. You do make a good point. The scene at the end had gone out of my head, so I agree with your B tier.
All right.
Changed my mind.
We'll go B on that then. Okay, Leon.
Oh god. He's a B-ish, I think, because he's so monotone all the time.
How do you feel about putting him in C? Because that's where I think he goes.
Yeah, you could do that if you want, because
He's just a big old baby when it comes to fighting, because he could never fight in the Coliseum alone. The only time he could face me was at the very beginning of the game when he wants to beat up a kid alone. Like, what a dick, first off. And as soon as I bring Donald and Goofy into the picture, he's got to fight with Cloud or he's got to fight with Yuffie, so he's a big old baby. And he's monotone as heck.
He is monotone as heck. Yeah, you could put him in a C. You feel strongly about this, I think.
Yeah, I do.
I was a little bit indifferent on him, so he was a B for me, but like, C time.
Ariel.
What's your opinion on Ariel first?
I would put her in A tier if she didn't say daddy so much.
I put her in an A tier because she said daddy so much. It was funny.
You know, that's actually valid. That is valid. You know what? Yeah, she says daddy, A tier. Let's go. You changed my mind.
Yay.
Alright, Maleficent.
She's always such a good villain.
Yeah, I would say she's like kind of more the main villain in this, honestly. Like, I suppose she's the main villain up until the end when she dies. And then when she's dead, then Ansem is like, yep, well, I get the floor now. Even though I was always there working the strings in the background, I guess. And, yeah, so I guess I think she was a good villain. I would put her in A tier. Also, yeah. I mean, you can't blame her for that MILF energy as well, so A tier.
God, you saying that makes her B tier.
Nope, too late, it's in place. A tier. MILF energy. Yep. Merlin. I think he's a B tier.
See, I would put him in A tier because he's just so... He seems so chaotic to me, and he's just brilliant. Like,
I made him more chaotic with his with my condoms in his book.
You did. The chaotic energy of him just, it personally makes him an A, but I'd say if you want to make him a B, that he can be a B as well, because he's sort of in between the two.
I don't know how well the chaotic energy was represented in the game, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, in terms of the game, I'm gonna put him more B tier then. But I get what you mean with the chaotic. Okay, I'm curious what you think of Mickey here. Because I just to recap on the finale of the Kingdom Hearts game, when I asked what your thoughts on the games, one of your things was "fuck King Mickey." Like, you even like wilted your voice like that.
I forgot I said that. Yeah, it's because I didn't. At that point, I was experiencing the ending, and I was like, you know what? I don't care about Mickey at this point.
Fuck Mickey.
Fuck Mickey. But that I think in that moment he probably would have been a D, but I'd say he'd be a B.
Yeah, he didn't have enough in the game at all to really elicit anything other than B.
Yeah,
so let's raise that for me too.
Well, at that point in time, he was a solid D for me then.
Yeah. All right, Mushu. So I used him. He does like a ball of fire repeatedly. You just hold the triangle button and he just lasers a guy with fireballs. He's actually a way people just zoom through the Ansem fight as well. And you just have to have a magic build, magic Keyblade as well, because that's just something I was lacking when doing magic, was I didn't have a magically strong Keyblade. I was doing more physical. So I switched that in post and in between episodes when grinding, and he was great for getting certain material items, specifically off those sniper monkeys that duplicate and mess you up big.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I put Mushu... in terms of, like, I don't even remember what I did when I made it myself. But I guess in terms of gameplay, I would say he's probably A tier for single enemies and all that.
He does sound pretty A tier. See, I didn't know that when I was doing my one, so I
Yeah,
think
which is hard for these summons. Simba's the other. Well, Simba you actually did say, so that's actually one you can do.
Yeah, I did rank some.
So where were we putting a B? A?
You could put him in an A. He sounds pretty cool as a summon.
Peter Pan, Raine's favorite character.
He's another one that could suck a big old D. I don't like him.
I'm not huge on his character just in general either, so I'm cool putting him in a D tier. Honestly, I think I have him C, but I'm cool going D with him. He's not great. He's fine, but his voice is even annoying. Riku's a D tier. Easy.
Dude. I will fight you.
Should we meet in the middle and go B tier? Nah, he's S tier, right?
Yes, thank you. I was about to lose my shit.
I just know you love Riku. I think he's the best character in the game. I mean,
Go back to the beginning of the game where I was like, Riku's a dick. Fuck this guy.
I know, and that's something that's crazy about his character. The fact that he turned your thoughts around like that too.
I know, that makes him such a good character. He deserves all the S tiers.
Sephiroth. I'm gonna say something before you say something. Just because I feel like you have your bias. In terms of this game, he had almost no voice lines. He just appeared and fought Sora, so I don't think he could be anything other than B tier, just like Mickey.
That's fair. I think I was a bit biased when I tiered him. Otherwise, I'd be saying A, but that's fair. You make a point.
I think Sephiroth as a character is awesome, but in this game, he had like nothing other than a fight, and that's it. So he is gonna be B.
I'm sorry, Sephiroth.
Simba was an ass summon, got me killed twice. I think he's D tier.
I would say he's C tier because I still like his character, but he did get you killed twice. So if you feel the need to put him in the D tier, you can.
I don't think I can. He killed me twice. I have to put him in D tier.
I'm so mad.
I have to. Alright. Sora. The main character of the game. Give me your thoughts on Sora.
He belongs with Riku in the S tier. Where would you put him, though?
I wouldn't put him below A. I think he'd be at least A. Tell me why you think he's S tier, because I could be convinced on this.
Because without him, you wouldn't have, like, the way his friendships are with especially, like you said, with, like, Kairi's explanation when you talk about her. With, like, his friendships with Kairi and Riku in the beginning, those were wonderful, and it adds to his character considering he's so much about like friendship, and then he makes friends with Donald and Goofy, and which is more friends. He has such good morals of friendship throughout the entire thing. That's basically his character, is like friendship and togetherness, and it's wholesome and it's lovely.
And you know what? I wasn't gonna agree with you, but then I heard a motorcycle in the background. And I'm like, wow, she's really passionate about this. No, because I think you agree because I think I agree with you, not you agree, but you can agree with me too if you want. He's like the glue between a lot of these characters, then, like the friendship. Like,
yeah, because like without him, a lot of them wouldn't have been like. It wouldn't have been.
So in terms of the story, I would probably rank him S tier. I think the reason why I ranked him A tier is because, like, personally, that kind of character isn't, like, amazing to me. The one that's, like, friendship, as you might have said in episode, righteous or whatever.
God, righteous.
So that's kind of why I did A tier, just because of that, I guess, the character type. So...
Fair.
That's why I did that. So it's, what do we think? S or A?
I'd say I haven't convinced you of the S, and if we don't solidly agree, then he has to go in the A.
That's true. Let's set him there for a minute. Let's finish these last three, and then I want to look at that again. Okay, Tarzan.
Oh, he's a dear, is he?
Really? I thought he was one of my more favorite companions with us. Like, because he was useful. And he also swears a lot in his monkey language.
Yeah, but it's just, he doesn't have a lot of character, you know?
He doesn't.
Like,
He doesn't.
he's a bit bland, but...
I would be cool, since if he's bland, he doesn't have much, so it makes him sound neutral, so being a B.
Yeah, he's a bland B.
He's a bland B. Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is the best summon.
Yeah, she is.
I don't care much about her personality, but in terms, if she's a summon, I guess if we're calling it just based on her summon, she would be S tier. If it's not based on her summon only and her character, I'd say A tier.
Yeah, I would say A tier for her. She was definitely a good summon, there was that. So if you'd want to go just off of her summon, then we can put her in S tier.
Yeah, I think we kind of rated the other ones, other than these two, because we didn't know Bambi and Dumbo, but the other ones were kind of going on. Well, Genie we didn't, I guess. So we'll go A tier. Screw it. In terms of summon, though, we'll say she's S tier.
Yeah.
Yuffie.
She's a cool character, but she didn't really do a lot in this game. Like,
No.
she was there.
Yeah, I would say she's probably a B.
Yeah, agreed.
B tier. All right, and then Sora.
Sora's a difficult one.
Like, why can't we play the game as Riku?
Like, honestly, yeah. Do a remaster where you play as Riku.
Yeah. No, we'll leave it in A, because I don't think I can.
Yeah, I don't think
say
you can.
S.
You can't bring yourself to put him in an S.
Yeah, so I guess this is our tiers. This is our longest tier list. The other ones are shorter, so. But I think this one's also the most interesting as the characters. So this is our standing. Do you, as we go through these, you'll just confirm that it's good or not? Goofy and Riku, are these good in here?
Yeah.
Anything here as I go down the list? Any of these that you question?
I don't think so, no. They seem good there to me.
I think the B tiers look pretty good. C tiers.
Yeah.
Leon maybe should be D, but we'll leave him in C. And then these guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, so let's go to our next one. Let's actually show our character ones now. All right, so we are looking at Raine's tier list now. So I got a little beef because you have Donald there, but I kind of knew that already. An S tier. I don't agree with it, but Tinkerbell and A, okay, all right, good summon. Genie, Sephiroth, yeah, we talked about that one. Merlin, Bambi and B tier and Dumbo, but I get you to Dumbo because you're like, I don't have any opinion on him, so I'll respect that one. But
yeah, and then Bambi is a B tier because I didn't know what Bambi did in the game either, so I was like, I like the character, but I'm just gonna put him in B because I don't know.
yeah, that's a fair place. I just screw Bambi. Leon, Yuffie, those are all you got a pretty respect. Other than Ants, I have some beef with you having Ansem there. I think Donald and Ansem are a little bit of beefy for me. I don't think Ansem's a C tier. I would respect a B tier, but yeah, I mean for the most part I respect your chart. I respect Beast being an S. He was definitely the best companion in the game and all that. All right, so let's look at mine. Boom, this one was mine. I was very critical. I only had one S, and that was Riku.
Wow, you were very critical. I completely agree with the Riku, obviously. Yeah, you got a pretty good A tier. I've got beef with Ansem being in the A tier. That's what I've got beef with.
I actually, I guess I changed my mind once we were doing it because Mushu I had an A then.
Yeah, I changed my mind. I changed my mind with Ansem when we were doing it. Because where did we put Ansem again? We put him in B or something?
Yeah, so we went in the middle with it.
Yeah, because you think he's an A tier for some reason.
Yeah, well, I think he's a good design for a villain. I think the fact that he corrupted Riku and was all. I think that whole thing was kind of cool, and the fact that we saw him at the beginning as well, as the hooded figure, and then saw him at the end. So he was always present. It was just what level he was present. We just didn't know at the time, and then we had
changing my mind.
We had all the Ansem reports too, which show him and his experiments and how Heartless came to be. Because I guess he was kind of critical in the whole thing.
Okay, you've changed my mind. He'll be a B tier for me then.
Okay.
Well done.
I've kind of, with the Ansem reports included, I definitely think he's an A tier. But all right, anyways, not the point.
Yeah, I can understand why you've put these guys in B tier. Obviously, you didn't like Donald all that much.
No, I didn't end up having beef with him anymore, so he was B. Otherwise, he would have been C.
Yeah, and obviously, some of these guys were okay, they're on their specific world characters. They're okay. They're sort of chill. That makes sense. I can agree with your list. Yeah, and Leon down in the sea with Aerith.
Yeah.
Although Peter is D material.
Yeah. Well, we did rank him at D. I'm fine ranking him D because I just don't like Peter Pan very much, anyways.
Yeah.
His character. All right, so let's switch over to worlds now. So, all right, now we're on worlds. So this one don't think that was the longest one that will occur. Keyblades one might be an interesting one though. Keyblade was the most fun for me personally. I'm excited for that one. Okay, so Agrabah, thoughts?
That was one of the places I actually really liked.
I agree with that. I actually like that too. This was one that I was debating a lot when it came to ranking it myself, right? I was between two of them. So where would you put Agrabah?
I put it in an S because I enjoyed that world quite a bit.
I'm cool putting it in S because I originally had it in an S but moved it down to A hesitantly. So I'm cool putting it in S. I like that one a lot.
Yeah. What's your opinions on the next one?
It wasn't. I don't think it's a D tier. It was from a gameplay standpoint. The swimming isn't the greatest. It's flying. It's iffy, but I think an underwater world is a cool aesthetic. But it was also a little bland. A lot of the rooms looked the same to me. Other than Atlantica, I think it's more of a C.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Where would you put it?
I actually really like the that world because, well, I do. I enjoy the way it looks. The idea of having an underwater world, So I personally put it A, but
you know what?
Put it B?
I'm cool putting it B because it is also cool that they have a new aesthetic, merman, squid, octopus, Donald or whatever and all that. So we'll put it B.
Okay.
Because that aesthetic, I think it's always cool when they change the design when they go to a world like Halloween Town's another one.
Yeah.
Deep jungle.
Oof.
I had a similar opinion as Atlantic on this. It was a lot of trees. It wasn't a crazy thrilling world. The vines are kind of annoying, but I didn't have too much of a problem with them personally.
I personally put it as C. I didn't overly. It wasn't fabulous. It was alright, you know.
Yeah, I think I was debating between C and B. I think I agree with C. I'm cool with going C in that. Okay, Destiny Islands.
Where would you put Destiny Islands?
I would put it like middle of the run, a B tier. I could respect if you went to an A tier. Or a C tier. But I think it's I would say B. What do you think?
I would have put it at the same level of Agrabah personally, because I did like that place quite a bit. But if you think it's a B, maybe you said you could see. I don't know. It's definitely an enjoyable place. Don't spend an awful amount of time there, but it was cool when you like go back and it's changed quite a bit. And
Yeah, when like you talking like when Ansem comes and messes it up.
Yeah, that was cool that they changed it up and made it look different for that.
That's true. All right, I would definitely say it's an A tier. I think the reason why, personally, I don't think it's an S is just because it's so minor and all we did there was quote unquote build a raft.
Build a raft. You had boats.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can respect A. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll say A. I definitely don't think it's B anymore. I'm questioning if it would be an S tier because it's also iconic. It's just like it's like a staple in the series too.
Yeah, I can agree with it going to an S, but like previously, it's both of us have to make it go to an S. So if you want it on A, I'm good with that.
I'm cool. I think I'm cool putting it to S.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about it and I'm like, yeah, you know, I think it's a cool island aesthetic too. It's unique to anything else in the game, and I think I did it because it was just such a small world. But you could also say the same thing about Colosseum too, and there's some cool stuff with that too. But we'll get to that. Okay, Disney Castle. Disney Castle's a weird one, just because it's technically not a world. But it shows up on the world map, and we see it in the cutscene slightly. And also, it was originally supposed to be a place you could go in the game, but it got cut from the game, I guess. So, I don't know. I included it here for funsies.
That's good. That's good.
Just pretty much based on the cutscenes that we saw of it, which was pretty much the Mickey throne room, and then like some courtyard area where Goofy was snoozing.
You saw the hallway with the mops.
Oh, that too, yeah. But I don't know. It looked pretty cool. I mean, castles are just cool in general, so I like it.
It looked insanely cool to me. I really wish there had been a world.
So, what tier would you put it in?
I'd say I'm in between, like, putting it in, like, an A and a B. Solely for, like, B factor, like you said, it wasn't a world. We didn't get to see a lot of it. But then A for, like, the idea of it and, like, what we did see, you know?
Yeah, and I think if we want to... I put it in B, personally, because it wasn't a world, exactly what you said. But I guess if we were considering as if it was a world, I think we would have both put it in at least A tier, if not S. I don't know. I don't think we could put it in S at all because it's not, but maybe it had potential to maybe be an S. But so I think A would be reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay, so End of the World. I'm curious what you think about this.
I kind of thought it was an A because it was very different from the others. With its like weird pockets and stuff like that it had with the seemingly walking on the freaking sky stuff. And then there was quite a lot to it. So I personally thought it was an A. I enjoyed that one.
I was pretty torn with this one. Because I guess I explained this one a little bit, just because the way it looks is, in my opinion, a little bland. Like, it wasn't too crazy. I think the aesthetic of it, you go to all the worlds you went to is kind of a cool thing. Which I'm thinking I might have been a little critical on it. I said C tier. if not D tier, I'm not sure. Just because it was bland. I get from a story perspective, and this is why I think I said C tier instead of D tier, was because it's the end of the world, which is essentially, I think the representation is where the end of all worlds lead to, so that's why we have pieces of all the different worlds in there. I would be okay putting in B.
Yeah.
Just because story-wise, it was like, it makes sense that it's the end of the world. It looks like that, and like I said, it was cool that all the worlds you could go to. It also had the most aggravating part of the game for me, where I raged the most.
Oh yeah, it did.
So I refuse to put it higher than a B. But I will respect the fact that it's the end of the game, and so it should be hard, and I respect the fact that it is the end of the world, kind of representing the end of all the worlds together, and so we'll go B tier on that.
Yeah.
Halloween Town. I want to hear your thoughts.
D.
D. Just instantly D.
I hate that place. It sucked. It wasn't good.
I didn't have a very good time playing it either. It felt like it was pretty lackluster. I think I might have put it in C. I might have done B. I don't know. I kind of moved this one. Worlds was the hardest for me to rank. Just because there's so many aspects to them that I'm debating, from gameplay, actually playing the game, from aesthetic, to kind of the size and the way the world's built up, like in terms of story as well. It was hard for me. There's a lot of attributes. Because I like the fact that in this one they have different character design, which I think was unique. Also, they changed the Heartless style to be a little bit unique also. So I don't think I could personally put it in D tier. I would respect a C though, if you want to go C.
Yeah, I can't put it higher than a C.
Yeah, I get it.
I really don't like that place.
I just think they did some cool aesthetics for a Halloween-y theme. So I don't want to go lower than a C. Hollow. Oh, sorry. You want to say something more on that?
No, I was just saying I could agree.
Okay. Hollow Bastion. What do you think?
I want to hear your opinion on this place first.
I think you're gonna be surprised. I want to put it in S tier.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. I know I was aggravated by falling off the place the whole time. But to be fair, that is not the world's fault. That is a game mechanic fault of me leaping towards enemies when they're flying. That is not the world's fault. The world was very cool. I know it was confusing in the lift part, but there was very good platforming on the ice part at the beginning there. That was kind of cool. The going in a bubble, going underwater was an interesting thing that you didn't see elsewhere. It also had, honestly, the place, Hollow Bastion, the castle-y thing looks cool also. Like, that thing is just aesthetically pleasing as well. There was a lot of lore that happened there, some interesting stuff with kind of the end room with the heart door where we sealed the keyhole of Hollow Bastion. I just thought it was aesthetically really cool. It was also a larger world, and it had a lot of aspects to it, so that's why I thought it was an S tier. And Beast is there too. Beast is cool.
Yeah, I think I might have ranked it unfairly because I was just like, I didn't like the because it's so large. You obviously had to run around a lot, which was sort of seemed annoying and tedious to me. But you were right; it did have some good aesthetics, and it was a lot very important world as well.
Yeah.
Let's have Beast, and Beast is great. So I think I can agree with you.
You think you could put it all the way to S tier?
Yeah, even I did put it quite far down, but like I think I can agree with you.
Wow, I really changed your mind that much. Okay.
You made a point. You made such a good point.
All right. We'll go S tier then. Awesome. I like it. Okay, Monstro. Your thoughts?
I'd say, B or a C. Like, it's not that great. It's cool, but it's a bit annoying. Obviously, you get annoyed getting into the world, don't you? Because you get swallowed by Monstro. But
I think it's a D.
wow.
Well, I think it's just a series of rooms that looks the same, other than the room you start in, which was definitely the most interesting room, but the plot there was pretty lame as well. I don't know. It was just really boring.
Yeah, it was quite boring. I think I could respect your D there. Yeah, that's fair. That was one of the ones I was a bit more indecisive on, but it makes sense.
Okay, so you agree with D, or do you want to put it C?
I agree with D.
Okay. Neverland. If you said D for this, I honestly could be on board with it.
I don't think I'd said D for it.
The only reason I didn't say D for it was because I think the flying around London part, though it's very brief, was cool. In fact, I might have actually said D for it because it was so minute, and even that didn't have much to it. I might have still said D.
I can respect that, honestly. I was a bit indecisive on it. I think I put it in like B or C because I just didn't know what to do with it. But
it was so small. The boat was really lame. Other than when you got outside the boat, then it was somewhat cool, I guess. It was a really boring world.
That's
in my opinion.
Yeah, it was quite boring.
D tier.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, the Coliseum. What are your thoughts?
I love that place. It's an S for me.
I can respect an S. I think I can't remember if I said B or A. Just because the world isn't that interesting. But then again, when you think of the Hades Cup, for example, and how you see the arena changing as you get like to the more difficult enemies, I thought that was cool as well. I don't know if I could go S tier on it.
Do you want to put it in an A or a B or one of those?
I'd go A. Yeah, for sure A. I don't know. I don't know that I could go C just because, like, you could literally play the game and not go to that world and nothing would be different. Like, it's not even an essential world to be at. You don't have to do any of the arena things. You can just go to Tarzan and like skip it, basically. Yeah. So I can't put it on an S tier, I don't think, for that.
That's fair.
Traverse Town.
I like that place. It has Moogles. So
it does have Moogles. You know what? It's weird because I actually had beef with it, I think, going into the game. But really? I don't. Yeah, because I think when I started, I didn't really much care for the world. I just thought it was like I don't know. But I do like Traverse Town.
Yeah, I like Traverse Town too.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Where would you put it?
I can't find anything like bad with Traverse Town personally, which would make it like with S tier for me. But I don't know what you'd put it at.
Yeah, I guess when you put it that way, I guess I don't really see anything bad about it either. It's a fairly unique aesthetic with like a town setting. Yeah, I can go S tier. I can go S tier on that. Yeah, they are. Well, there's a lot of characters there, which makes it a little bit of a hub to I don't know, interact, I guess.
Oh.
Wonderland.
Oh.
I want you to go first on this one.
I put it in a C. I don't like that world very much. It's cool. I mean, I like the Cheshire Cat, but it's just Queen of Hearts is annoying, and it's just not that great for me personally. But what's your opinion?
Well, I think most of the world is probably with you on that. I think I have a hot take.
Oh.
I was contemplating putting in an S tier, and I want you to hear me out. I didn't end up putting in an S tier but I'm still hesitant to put it in S tier. And if you agree with me, maybe we will. Maybe I'll change your mind. I don't know. This was actually one of the more well done worlds in my opinion, because you had the fact that you can go big and go small in that bizarre room, as well as the mushroomy area, the forest, and you could, as a big guy, you smash down a log, it brings up a thing. You also, I forget the other thing you had to do. I think you pushed a rock or something maybe into the water, and then it brought up lily pads. So there was some cool interaction with being big versus small. I think the crazy aesthetic of it looks cool. The bizarre room was awesome because we could go on the different walls, which was pretty awesome. And we even ended up going into a painting, and that teleported us somewhere. So the bizarre room was hugely cool. I also had a fun time voicing the queen there as well, doing the queen voice. And I think the trial stuff was entertaining for me as well. It was annoying when we were trying to figure out the tower thing, but that was also, I didn't know what I was doing at the time. So I don't know. I thought it was, I hate the movie. I'm not a huge fan on Alice in Wonderland at all. But I'm not judging the movie, I'm judging the game, and I think the world was actually awesome. I think it was a cool aesthetic. You had a foresty setting, you had the big room setting, you had the entryway into it, which was like a crazy looking hallway. There was a lot of different aspects to it. So honestly, I convinced myself S tier.
See, I still wouldn't put it in an S tier personally. Maybe an A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I put it in a C originally, but it's just still not S material personally to me. It's, like you said, it has those cool, like, there's a lot going on. You could do a lot. You went into a painting, walked on walls. That is cool, but it's still just not up there.
Okay, so where would you put it then?
I'd say A. So it's a good medium. It's closer to S, but it's not quite C.
I can respect that. All right, so that's our thing. That's it. They got Destiny Islands, Agrabah, Hollow Bastion, Traverse Town being our top ones, Monster and Neverland being the sucky ones.
Yeah.
And then these are our spectrum in between.
Exactly.
All right, cool. All right, so let's look at the ones that we did. All right, so this is Raine's tier list. Now let me maximize the screen so that stuff goes away. Go away. Thank you. All right. We are on Raine's, and we are seeing Coliseum in the S tier, which is not surprising. You really like that one. Traverse Town, yep, Destiny Islands, Agrabah, those are remained S tier for us. Disney Castle, End of the World, ranked too high for me personally, but I can respect it. Atlantica, I get that you like that aesthetic a lot. Neverland is in Monster are way too high. Those both moved to D tier.
they do need to be. I was indecisive.
Hollow Bastion and Wonderland down there. Oof. I got beef. Wonderland, I can respect. Hollow Bastion, Deep Jungle. All right.
Hey, you did change my mind on Hollow Bastion. I will say that.
I did. Halloween Town, I can respect that. Okay, so mine is boom. I didn't know. Yeah.
Oh no, Halloween Town is way too high for me. No, I have beef with that immediately.
I like the aesthetic of the world, so thought it was its saving grace.
I guess, but I can agree with your Hollow Bastion. I did end up agreeing with the Wonderland thing. I can respect Traverse Town and Agrabah being there. Coliseum is a B. I do not agree with your first 3 Bs.
Yeah, I changed my mind a lot when we were doing it. This was, like I said, this was the hardest one for me to figure out.
Yeah, the hardest one for me was characters personally, but Deep Jungle I can respect. Neverland respectful, yeah. I get you didn't like that one, so I can understand why it's a C. And I understand why End of World's a C. I'm not too mad about those, and obviously Monstro as a D makes sense, because Monstro is a massive dick.
Yeah, he literally looks like a massive dick too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to my most favorite one. I think is Keyblades. All right. So we have the Keyblades. I hope I can remember all their names when I'm talking about them.
Any of their names.
Yeah. Okay. It's fine. This is the crab claw.
Yeah.
I remember that one. I hate this one.
Oh, where would you put it?
I think it's D tier.
We're opposites. I think it's S tier. Let's argue about this, right?
So dumb. It's so dumb.
It's so cool that they used
And the
crab
color
the way they
scheme is
did.
ass.
The color scheme makes sense for the world it's from.
And the orange crab is ugly. I don't like it. I hate it.
The orange crab is great.
I hate it. It's ugly. What do you like about it? Everything I hate about it?
Everything you hate is what I like.
Yeah, because I hate all of it, and you like all of it. So that sounds like it's got to be a middle B then, because neither of us are budging. It's disgusting as hell. You think it's great as hell, so screw it. Do you think hell's great? Maybe not. Great as heaven. We'll say that. Great. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, okay. Great as hell, though. Diamond Dust.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. It's not like amazingly cool though. It's unique. So I like that. I could see it being an A tier. I think I might have put it more like a B tier though.
I can respect a B tier for it. That makes sense. Yeah, I was in between an A and a B myself personally. Because it does look cool.
Yeah. It's one of the more unique looking ones, so I'll say maybe push towards an A on it.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Alright, let's do that. The Rose. I feel like you really like this one.
I love that one. It's an S tier personally.
I put it in C.
I have beef. Why?
It's a cool design, but I mean, I might be biased because of flowers. I wish instead of whacking someone with the rose, we were whacking someone with the thorns of the rose, and maybe the rose was around the hilt part, and the thorns came off the blade. I think that would be pretty cool, and would be interesting. And like the thorns made the key part. Like if you look at the bone one here, I forget what it's called, the deep jungly one. Like if this was like the thorns essentially on this keyblade, I think that would be cool.
I can I understand. I hear what you're saying, but you're wrong. That blade is so cool. Like that design that you said sounds obviously very awesome, but at the same time, the blade they have is great.
I refuse to put this in S tier.
I understand that, but where would you put it in a C, and I refuse to put it in a C.
Yeah,
Do we put it in a B?
I'm trying to figure out if I would put it in an A or not. Let's come back to it later. Let's slap it in B for now. We'll look at it again later.
Okay.
This one is a D. I don't give a shit about it.
I don't care about that one either.
Alright, D tier. This one I thought was a unique design. It wasn't anything like crazy to me, but it definitely not bad. It's not bad. So I would say I could respect an A if you put it in A. I had it in B, I think.
I think I put it in S because I quite like the one.
Okay, let's put it in A then. At least.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about it going to S though? Because I could see myself putting it in S potentially. And if you bring up bone bombs, I'm gonna have a fit.
I was not gonna say bone bombs. I was gonna bring up the skeletal design of it, which I quite enjoy. The hilt is one of my favorite parts on it because of the colors and the way it has the sharp bits on it. Can't really see it properly from here. But the aesthetic of it was just great, and that made it an S for me.
Okay. I still don't think it's S, but I'll definitely say I think A is
Yeah,
a good place for it. Okay, so we have this is a Keyblade that was used by Ansem Riku, however you want to call him. I don't know. And I think it was a design worthy of putting on here, even though we don't wield it. Which do you even recognize this one?
Sort of.
Okay. Okay, so we'll go get that in a minute. But this one, I think it's cool, and I'll go first on this one. I'll also explain that this heart here is kind of representing, so this Keyblade captured the hearts of princesses, right? So this heart is relevant because of that, but it's also not a complete heart, which I don't know if this is like true canon or whatever, but they still needed Kairi's heart of the princesses, so this heart wasn't completely formed, which is why it's missing part of its side there, which would be filled by the last princess of heart being Kairi. So it's incomplete like that. So I think it's a very cool and unique design in that regard, because it actually has meaning to the plot and honestly its origins and its design. So yeah, that's what I want to say about that.
So where would you put it?
I would put it in an A.
Really?
Where would you put it?
I put it in an S.
I can respect an S.
I love that blade.
I can respect an S.
Blade, it would have been my favorite. Like,
all right. No, I like that. I like an S tier. No, I can agree with that.
Hey.
I just thought that maybe I would be biased because I also like the color scheme, and so like I think I countered what I thought might be bias in ranking it, so I put it in A because in terms of a Keyblade, it's kind of more of a basic-y look. Like, it doesn't have a crab coming off of it, or like these crazy designs coming off the sides, or this weird swiggly dealio. But yeah, I think it's a cool. It's a simple but awesome blade.
Yeah, I also quite like the colors on it personally as well.
Awesome. All right, this is Kingdom Key D, is what it's called. I forget what this one's called now. Damn it. But anyways, this is Kingdom Key D. This was the one wielded by King Mickey at the end of the game.
Oh, right. I didn't register. I mean, it's a cool looking key. It's a basic, but it's cool.
Yep. So where would you rank it?
B?
That's I agree with that. That's where I put it as well. But for a very similar reason of it's pretty basic, but it's cool looking. Now, do you think that one's cooler looking than this one? Because they're basically just reskinned. Which one do you think's cooler?
I prefer the gold key to the silver key, but they're both just sort of...
Okay, you gotta be more specific, because where it's gold on this one, it's silver on this one. Where it's gold on this one, it's silver on this one. The Mickey's one, the gold one, is what I prefer because it's more gold than okay.
The one.
So, are you still putting this one in B tier, or would you put this one lower?
I'd still put it in B tier because while I prefer the golden one, they're still sort of the same level to me. You can put it in C tier if you want, though.
Well, this was one I was torn about because I think the only reason why. Well, I put this one in. I put Mickey's in B tier because it seemed like a better looking version of this Keyblade. And then so I put it C here because it's a pretty bland, basic Keyblade.
That's
but
fair.
For that reason, I can also see it being in B. I just felt weird to have both of these keys in the same when I think this one's better than this one.
No, I can see that. I'd say see that. You can put it in C.
And that might be I don't know if that's a hot take. People might be like, wow, that's nostalgic. That's like the OG Keyblade, but like, whatever.
There are better blades.
It was cooler looking blades. If you complete the whole game using that Keyblade, then you know what? Fine, whatever. You can tell me that. But if you don't, then screw you. Okay, so Lucky Lady, I believe this one's called. This one can go in D tier for me.
Really?
It's stupid.
I like that one.
Where did you put it?
I don't remember. I might have put it in A, possibly. A or B. I like the heart design.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I can go higher than a I don't know. You think it's A or B?
That's where I put it, but we could put it in C if you hate it that much. I still wouldn't say it's D material.
I can't put it higher than B for sure. But
that's fair. That's fair. What was your beef with that one?
I just don't like the aesthetic. I don't think it's that cool looking. I mean, it has got a card. I mean, I'm guessing we got this one from Wonderland because it's got like a heart on the chain of the key, and there's a lot of colors happening. Oh, looks like a rainbow vomit, but it lost the blue, green, and purples. I don't know, I'm gonna go C then. I'm gonna C.
If you really want to put it in a D, you can.
No, you don't agree with that. You clearly don't agree. We can't put it in D.
Well,
I was debating between B and C.
Okay, well, C is the closest to D I would put it, so...
Right, exactly. Okay. So this is Leon's blade, the lion heart. Well, it's not his blade. It's just the blade we got from him. He can't wield a keyblade. But yeah, lion heart. Thoughts? It's
cool. It's a bit basic with like the color scheme. It's very white, but it still looks cool. I mean, I don't have much of an opinion on it.
It's silver, Raine. That's white. Look at that. I'm comparing it to a white background. It's silver.
Silver, white, off-white, whatever you want to say. Silver, then fine.
So, what do you think? Like a B tier?
Yeah,
that's where I would put it. Because it's got a cool design on it, like engravings. I think that's cool about it, but it's very bland in terms of color.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the big chunk of boy. What is this? Metal chocobo? I think it was called.
Yeah, it was called that.
This is like the fattest blade and like the biggest blade.
It was a thick boy, yeah.
It was a very thick boy. Where do you think it lies?
I don't know, really. I mean, it's cool. Definitely cool. But I have a hard time with placing that one.
I wouldn't put it below B, but I don't know that I don't know if it would really go to A or not.
Yeah.
Just because it is pretty basic. I just like that it's a thick boy.
So what, you saying B?
Yeah, I think B is probably a fair bet for it.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got Oathkeeper. I think it's cool.
It's a cool blade, yeah.
I like it.
Same.
Is it A or S?
Do you think it's S material?
It was one that I was debating between S and A.
I can't remember where I put it personally, but I do think it's cool looking. So I could respect it in an S, I think. But I don't mind it being in an A either, so...
I know where I put it, but I'm still debating where I want it. You know, if I have to debate that hard, I'm gonna throw it in S. Screw it. Oblivion. I think it's awesome. It's got wings on the side here. I think it's S tier.
I can respect that. Yeah, it does look quite awesome. Yeah.
I like it. I'm all for S tier on that one. Olympia. Is it Olympia or is it Olympus? I don't know. Whatever. Olymp. We're call Olymp.
Olymp. I like the Olympian.
You do? Would you call it A?
I might have put it in S, but I could respect it in an A as well. Yeah, that would be good.
I put it in B as a run-of-the-mill one. So I can respect A though. We'll go A.
Cool.
Okay, so we got the one-winged angel without any wings on it.
It's got a wing keychain, but
That is true.
where would you put it?
If it was the way I had described it in episode to look like, I would say it would be S tier, but it's not, so it's A for me.
I can respect an A. I was indecisive with that one, and I didn't know where to put it, but A seems about right. Because it still looks quite cool.
Yeah, and it had like a fire aesthetic when I swung it, so it was cool.
Yeah.
It still would have been cooler with feather aesthetics or whatever, but...
That's the Keyblade, I think it is.
It's fine. This Keyblade, I want to know your opinion first.
Sucks. Hate it.
Alright, we're gonna have to meet at C then, because I don't think it's a bad design. I had it more at B because it is a fairly basic, but I would even be okay putting it at A, but I know you're not, so I'm cool putting it at C.
Yeah, we can put it at C, because I do not like that blade at all.
Yeah, alright, so let's go with this one here. This one, what is... I wish I could remember this one. I can't remember the name of it. Whatever, so this was Riku's sword, I guess. But...
You mean the unbelievably awesome one?
The unbelievably, like, automatic S tier one. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'd be the one. So this one is... This one's Spellbinder. I do get it. This one's Spellbinder, I believe it was called. And I like the design a lot, actually. I think it's really cool.
I don't overly have an opinion on it. It's okay.
We can put it at S. I don't know why. I just really like the design of it. I think it's really
put it
cool
on like
design.
an A or something then?
Yeah,
Like...
let's do A.
Yeah.
This one kind of sucks.
Yeah, something about it, it's alright, but it looks a bit off to me. And I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, I'd even be cool putting a D tier, to be honest.
I can see that. Yeah, it's not the greatest. It doesn't, yeah. I can agree, actually, with that, yeah.
Let's go D
I
tier.
can't remember where I placed it, personally.
I know it was lower than B when I placed it. So this is the only Keyblade that I did not get in the game, so we never saw my playthrough. This is the Ultima Blade. This is the best Keyblade in the game, quote unquote. I don't know how crit is with it, so you might be able to argue some other ones are in fact better. But it does nevertheless look aesthetically pleasing to me. Where would you put it?
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
I would put it in S.
Alright, I can respect S. I didn't put it in S, but I can respect it. So I can appreciate it enough where I would put it in S. I had it in A.
I don't know where I put it. I think I would put it in S.
Yeah, I can respect it. Okay, so this one is the wishing star or wishing key. It's the Pinocchio Keyblade, basically.
I don't care about that blade.
I was questioning putting it in D tier. I just thought with the gear system, it's got like a pulley aspect to it, and I think it's really interesting the way it kind of interacts that into a Keyblade. So I thought that design aspect of it was cool. So I didn't want to. I refused to rank it D at least. But
that's fair. If you want to, wherever you want to put it, really. I don't really have an opinion for this one personally.
Yeah, I'll rank it C because it still is it looks weak.
It does. It looks like it'll break.
It looks weak, but it's an interesting design at least. So C.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so that's our list. I like it.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. We got some
I did by myself.
negatives there. I feel like that should be down there, but
Yeah.
I don't like that one. Well, you think this one should be down there, so we're even. And yeah, it looks good to me. I like it.
Yeah.
It bothered me that this Keyblade is facing that way, but I guess I should have flipped the image. Well, whatever. It's fine. Okay, so there is that one now. And now let's show our lists. So I gotta get yours up here. Okay, so here is Raine's, which is vastly different than a lot of the stuff she said.
Yeah, because I was changing my opinion. I changed it.
Yeah. I think this was the most different. I honestly, this is probably the one that changed the most for both of us from our collaborative one, I should say. Okay, so you had these ones which are stupid, so I hate you put them there. This one, I guess I can respect, but I don't know if that's quite that level tier. This one's very cool. I agree with that. I can respect that one. Yeah, I agree with that one. No. This is actually where I put mine of this. So it's interesting that we both moved it up to S. This one was just, yeah, that's S tier.
I should have put S, yeah.
I had this one also in A, which we'll see in a second, but we did move that one to S, I think, yeah. Oh, you had this one at B. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess that's probably a surprise considering I do like Sephiroth, but like, I just wasn't really sure because it was, you know, it's alright. It's cool, but there are others.
Yeah. Agreed. I just thought it was still, the fire aesthetic was cool a bit at least. These Keyblades I can respect. Oblivion I disrespect. You really moved that one when we did it together. I can respect it. I still think it's lamer than that, but that's fine. That one I still think is worth a B. You had that in the same tier as me. Alright, I respect that. We moved that one lower. I disrespect that. I like that design a lot. I at least think you should put it at B if nothing else, but I like it at A.
I should have put it at B.
This one, I know you said that, but I disagree. Okay. Mine. Boom. So yeah, we did end up moving this one up.
Yeah. I think I disagree with the two of the bottom ones. I know you don't like those ones very much. I'm glad that you didn't put the rose one in D. Like,
yeah, because it's so cool. I can see the coolness of the design. I just don't. It's not my aesthetic.
Yeah. Other than that, I think I can respect where you put everything. I would say maybe the Olympic, whatever you call it, the Hercules one, maybe a bit higher. I would personally say. But you know, the Keyblades are a bit harder to be judgy about because it's everyone's personal taste.
Right. But I mean, I feel like a lot of our top ones were similar, other than the ones that I put in D tier, pretty much, because you love those ones. Okay, well, I guess that wraps it up for this tier maker thing. I hope you guys have enjoyed our opinions, which are exclusively that, just opinions. You guys are all welcome to your own. Leave a comment down below what your favorite Keyblade is, favorite world, favorite character, whatever. Maybe something you didn't agree with of ours, maybe something you do agree with. What Keyblades you hate, you know, whatever. Just comment down below what you think about things. Anything you want to say, Raine?
No, I can think of. I
All
enjoy
right.
doing tier lists, so.
Yeah, it's always fun and interesting. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys are just tuning into the tier maker thing and seeing the rankings there, feel free to check out our playthrough of the game, which will be linked in the description down below. And yeah, I think it was a pretty good playthrough. I think it was Raine's first ever Kingdom Hearts experience, so she's completely new. And yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and we will see you guys in the next game. Yeah. Bye, everybody.